So yesterday, Bioshock Infinite's first DLC, Burial at Sea, came out, and I also got to 1 million subscribers. So thank you very much for that. I never really expected to get 2 million subscribers, but I did have a special video planned for it. But it's not going to be out for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, because that's when I thought I might get there, when I was sort of getting close. I actually got there quite a bit quicker than I expected, so you'll unfortunately have to wait for that, because it's a very good one, and there's going to be a lot of work into it, and you've probably never seen anything like it. As for DayZ, I'm going to post some of that, but that won't be, I'm just going to post that extra as well. But this game, I played through the entirety of Bioshock Infinite on my channel. I'll put this in the same playlist, so if you haven't watched that, you can watch it. This will have spoilers, because I want to sort of link this in with the story in Bioshock Infinite and kind of tell you how it fits in with the ending, as well as how it fits in with Bioshock and Bioshock 2. So there will be mini spoilers across all of them, especially for Bioshock Infinite, so just bear that in mind if you're watching this. That moment she came in my office, I knew nothing was ever going to be the same. First question is, if it is Elizabeth in the office, why doesn't Booker know who she is?
We're closed.
You don't look the sort who can afford to turn down legitimate work.
What do you want?
How about we start with a light?
Oh, this is very film noir. I'm liking this already.
Well, you gotta name this?
Elizabeth. You can call me Elizabeth.
What can I do for you?
There's a girl who needs to be found. Maybe you've seen her.
This girl. This girl's dead.
You know her.
You'll see dozens of her type down by the docks or the slums in Apollo Square. Orphans. With Fontaine's charity shut. No place for them.
But her you know.
As I said, girl's dead.
Lost.
Look, I don't know where you get...
Lost isn't dead. Name your rate, I will pay you for this work. But you do this one gratis, wouldn't you?
I don't follow.
Something tells me you will.
So Booker's back in his office. Now, unfortunately, I've seen from the trailers that we are, in fact, in Rapture at the moment, so I know this is not the same office as in Infinite. Now, that's interesting. That says on there, 31st of... Or it did when he was lying down. 31st of December, 1958. I'm pretty sure New Year's Day was when Rapture fell apart, so... This must be like the eve of that.
Seems my instincts were correct.
Where's Sally?
I don't know. But I know someone who does. Follow me.
No gods or kings, only men. I remember Sander Cohen. Is he Blue Whale? He was the artist guy from Bioshock.
What's this girl to you?
What I need from her is my business. But I know where to start looking. Something tells me a man with your particular talents could be useful.
Rapture looks pretty amazing before it all gets wrecked. And they're the little sisters.
What happened to these children? What are they?
Where have you been? Cabin in Arcadia? Little sisters. Atom factories.
It's grotesque.
Red means stop, green means go. This is the rule all little girls know.
Well, that's a bit creepy. If you're not familiar with the Bioshock story, basically, those little girls have sea slugs implanted in them, and it produces this atom stuff which gives you sort of special abilities. And there's a Big Daddy.
What do they even look like under those suits? What do you mean? They're just some kind of machine?
So if you mess with one of the little sisters, you gotta watch out for the Big Daddy, because they protect him. But as I say, this game is set in 1958, and Bioshock Infinite was set in 1912, so this is quite a while after, which surprises me that Elizabeth doesn't look much older. So my suspicion is that she might be like, because Elizabeth had all of her powers at the end of Bioshock Infinite.
Funny,
What?
you not knowing about the Little Sisters. How long have you been in Rapture?
Let's just say I don't get out much.
You've got eyes and ears, don't you?
If I wanted to share my life story, Mr. DeWitt, I would write my memoirs. If I learned anything about Rapture, that it was a place where people understood to mind their own business.
Where are we headed?
The man we need to see is in the Garden of the Muses.
How do you know?
My sources are my own, Mr. DeWitt. If you have better information as to the whereabouts of your girl, I suggest you avail yourself of it.
See, my suspicion is that she's probably come through one of her time warp things to get here. If she doesn't know her way about. He always smashes the buttons, does Booker?
Where are you taking me?
When's the last time you saw Sally?
What?
She was taken from you, wasn't she?
How do you know this?
She was taken, down at Surprise.
Hey, Turtle.
You were playing the tables and...
She disappeared.
And?
Cop friend of mine, Sullivan, says they found her floating in the docks.
You see the body?
Look.
Did you see the body? This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made and men who make it. I'm taking you to one of them.
Oh.
Mr. DeWitt, you all right?
I'm fine. Just get these spells sometimes. It'll pass.
That is quite a headache I've got there.
We're fine, thanks.
Oh, you see, this guy's got some Adam. That's what this Adam things do. They give humans these special abilities. But if you eat too much, then you become a splicer, because it kind of warps you and mutates you if you use it too often. Oh, this must be where Cohen's hanging out now.
Mr. DeWitt, we'll find my source inside of that club.
Cohen? What does that lunatic have to do with Sally?
In fact, it's not where he's hanging out now. This game is set before Bioshock and Bioshock 2, which were 1960 and 1968, so... It's where he was before we met him in Bioshock.
Which business do you represent, sir?
Business?
Yes, which business?
DeWitt Investigations.
Mr. Cohen does not truck with private detectives. Masks of invitation went to artists and craftsmen alone.
I'm with the artist struggle. We're expected...
No mask, no entry.
Stuffed shirt.
These invitation masks he spoke of. They must have gone out to local artisans.
Well, I guess we'll have to persuade someone to loan us
Oh.
one.
The business of Rapture is business. Says it's sponsored by the Artist Struggle, the Golden Rule, and Rapture Records.
I guess those stores would be as good a place to start as any.
Private party. No one.
Oh, we've got a tooltip. Just showing you the objective menu.
Tray without invitation.
We'll see about that.
Right then, let's go beat it out of him.
What brung you to Rapture?
A man.
Really? You don't strike me as the romantic type.
Wasn't that kind of man.
Then what?
There's a debt that needs repaying.
I've known my share of Shylocks. You're no Shylock.
Wasn't that kind of debt. Invitations to Cohen shows are highly coveted. Nobody's gonna just hand us one.
You think you can figure out a way to distract the store owner while I take a look around?
You just find the mask. Leave the distractions to me.
Good day to you, sir.
Got a feeling I'm probably the man she came for.
Excuse me. Lady has some questions for you.
Yes, of course.
I'm interested in this piece.
Ah, excellent. You've an eye, haven't you, miss? It's a natural sapphire and diamond, 18-karat gold ring, fully hallmarked for Paris, 1887.
Really?
The center Corbusson... Excuse me, sir.
That's a lot of fine talk about a stolen ring.
I beg your pardon.
Right out of her coffin in Twilight Fields. Did you think we wouldn't
Cohen
notice?
sends those masks out in some kind of
The
box.
assurances of a grave robber are...
You see, Elizabeth still makes friends quickly,
If you hand the ring back, the matter will remain between you...
and we're still stealing. It's like the good old days.
I don't think so. Hit the brakes, you tramp.
Must be somewhere else.
Oh well, let's steal his jewellery. We are in a jewellery store. He's got plenty of it. Oh, she KO'd him.
Might be best if we were gone when he wakes up. Any luck?
Nothing. Let's find another shop.
Where should we look next? Upstairs at the Artist Struggle or Rapture Records straight ahead?
I've never seen anybody get knocked out by getting kneed so hard in the nuts. I'm not going to mess with Elizabeth. Looks like this is the place. I would imagine it's probably going to be the third place. Not this one, knowing my luck.
You see that dish I walked in with? Well, you give her the star treatment, pal. Then I'll make it worth your while.
But of course, right away.
Because then it'd be worth my while. You know.
Interesting, isn't it? The original Sander Cohen. He calls it miasma.
I'm sorry, but I know precious little about art.
How does it make you feel?
Oh,
I don't want to open my mouth for
should probably
fear
check
of
what I'm eating and drinking out of these boxes. Because it's easy to search when you're drunk. Nobody said ever.
Nothing.
We gotta go to the third place now.
Only one place left.
Is she gonna knock out this shopkeeper? Elizabeth, you're leaving a trail of bodies.
You see all that in that little picture? You've given me so much to think about. I feel a trifle swoony.
Me too, funnily
Would you
enough.
mind if I return tomorrow for further education?
But that will be my drinking problem.
Nothing?
No. Got one place left, though.
And if that proves to be fruitless?
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We will beat a mask out of somebody. They know me. If you're wondering who Fontaine is, as it keeps coming up in these random conversations, in Bioshock, the guy who created Rapture was called Andrew Ryan, and there was a gangster called Frank Fontaine, who Ryan ended up killing because he tried to take over Rapture.
Hey, pal. You want to help out the little lady?
Yes, of course.
What is this?
In fact, from what I remember,
It's by
Frank Fontaine might actually already be dead at the time of that this game is playing, because he died before Bioshock, because the rebel leader who kind of replaced Fontaine was a guy called Atlas, and that's who you meet when you're playing as Jack in Bioshock. But now you know. Probably shouldn't have played that. Still, please tell me there's one in this.
There you are, you little son of a bitch.
That we never knew existed.
Oh no, there's Taylor Swift. Run!
I must go. I must go. Even one more note shall prove my undoing.
Pretty sure Justin Bieber doesn't have that kind of effect.
Good.
Unless you're 14
Located the mask.
Third time's the charm.
and a girl.
Alright. It's best we head back to Cohen's.
Or occasionally a boy.
Herr Schmidt. Fine piece of work back with those shopkeepers. You've got a bit of the grifter in you.
For that you can thank my father.
Oh, yeah?
He was a man comfortable in a variety of roles.
See, that's weird, because Booker, the guy we're playing as here, is actually her father in Infinite.
Ah, very well. Mr. Cohen awaits your participation at his performance.
So who is this fellow Cohen? Some sort of underworld figure?
Worse. He's an artist.
An artist who kidnaps children.
Cohen's muse is a bit more diverse. I've seen his type. Gets an idea in his head, end a conversation. Don't matter who gets hurt.
Cohen is a little bit crazy. And by crazy, I mean he makes Miley look normal.
Dance, dance, move!
Hey, Rabbit. Side Noah's Ark. I swear there's two of everything here.
Be the conduit! Open yourselves to the music, to the spirit of the eternal! No. Why do you fail in this fashion? To embarrass me in front of my muse? My muse shall not be mocked. Fitzpatrick! Please! The stick! For God's sake! My muse shall not be mocked! Get them out of here! There shall be no failure on my canvas.
That is an interesting way of learning to paint.
Room in rapture anymore
I'll go talk to him.
for the artist.
Cohen, you are crazy.
Who are you?
Name's DeWitt.
Is that right? This one's a real biscuit. Isn't he a biscuit, ladies?
I need to ask you a few questions.
Questions? Yes. Yes. It is the work of man to ask. It is the work of the artist to answer.
You've seen this girl, haven't you?
We artists see more than most. You're more than you claim to be, little songbird. Are you not? Watch this one, DeWitt. She'll take you where you don't want to go. But I know the child in that photo is important to you. So many children flit, flit, flit away. I know where the girl is. And I will send you to her. In exchange, all I ask is a dance.
What?
I see something in you two. Art strips away artifice. Show me who you are, and I will show you where you need to
Listen,
go.
Cole, you son of a bitch.
Mr. DeWitt,
What?
dance with me.
Come, dance!
Well, we could have just beat it out of him.
I shudder to think what greater price he might care to extract.
Fitzpatrick!
Could have just punched him in his vagina. That figures anything. Anything, Elizabeth.
They can be no more separated than birth and blood.
What do you think Cohen's customers do with the children? Do they?
Sometimes. But those types lack the capital of people like Ryan and Suchong.
That's a blessing.
You saw those little sisters? You so sure? But if Suchong had Sally, I'd know it.
How?
As I tied him to a chair and asked him
So?
for 15 hours.
I don't know what to make of you, Mr. DeWitt.
Well, I like whiskey and punching people.
Listen, we're not gonna keep...
Fitzpatrick! I see suffering in you. I know how to shine a light on your pain. A moth will become a butterfly.
True to his word, Cohen pointed us towards Sally. Now the only way left was to go down.
Mr. DeWitt.
Mr. DeWitt! Are you alright?
The fuck, Elizabeth? Did you get attacked by a
I
cat?
were dreaming you. You kept saying your daughter's name, Sally.
She's not my daughter.
I thought...
Pain and beauty. To an artist, they are parent and child.
Cohen?
I'm sending you to find your young one. No need to thank me. I'm not so sure you'll like what you find.
So that's Rapture there, and we're heading right to the bottom of the ocean to try and find this girl. Oh dear.
Look,
Fontaine's. Ryan sent the whole thing to the bottom.
but it's a prison now. Why would Cohen have sent Sally there?
I don't know.
Everyone has needs. I merely provide a service for those who have the means to pay. You'll find your little bird in the housewares department.
How many people do you suppose Ryan's got locked up in that place?
Enough. Fontaine had amassed something near an army. Now they're down there, spliced up and wild. All right, there's a dock up ahead.
Takes a cold son of a bitch to do that to a living person.
What's that?
Burial at sea.
You read your residency contract with Ryan Industries? In perpetuity, we're all buried at sea.
Oh, we've started with the hand cannon.
Don't get too comfortable. Keep your eyes open.
Only got 3 rounds in it, though.
Seem to be some supplies this way, Mr. DeWitt.
It's Booker.
What?
Just call me Booker.
If it's all the same to you, let's leave it at Mr. DeWitt.
Oh. That's the kind of headache paracetamol won't fix. Now I'm going to have a quick look around, because I've heard this isn't too long, and I want to make sure I don't miss things, because even when you play on normal difficulty, it can be quite difficult in terms of ammo and stuff if you're not careful about what you collect. I'm probably going to miss some stuff anyway, as I usually do, but...
Look up there. Let's have another look around. Perhaps we'll be able to find something to get us up and over.
Looks like I need to go and get myself a grabby hook.
Could be handy.
There we go.
Skyhook.
Skyhook? You mean the air grabber? Kids use them to ride around up on the pneumo lines.
Air grabber. Huh. Constants and variables.
Constants and what?
Never mind.
Goddamn grabber stuck.
Mr. DeWitt! Someone's coming!
Come back! I want the frosting! You got no character!
All right, I got the grabber unjammed.
Well, now we know why everybody's frozen.
I'm always ready to cut.
Oh!
I got what it takes!
I love this hand cannon.
Mr. DeWitt, look. Housewares. That's where Cohen said we'd find Sally. The store ran trams between the 3 buildings. We'll need to avail ourselves of that.
Assuming it still works.
Optimism, Mr. DeWitt. It helps in situations like this.
I don't know if you noticed just a second ago, but this Booker doesn't know what the skyhooks are, which means he can't have been to Columbia. So, this is a Booker from another dimension than the Booker we played as in Bioshock Infinite.
When did you come to Rapture?
Oh, it was, geez, I guess around 51? No, 48?
That's a rather large gap.
Time. Life I had before. Sort of becomes a blur. 49. 49 for sure. Damn.
You look a mess, Mr. DeWitt.
Just keep your eyes open for splicers. They can do us a whole lot worse.
Eat it up. Well, it's good for you, you know.
So I've got a crazy Mary Poppins up here. Wouldn't usually fuck with Mary Poppins, but
Do you think it's poison?
got a hand cannon. Well, that was a fail. Oh! So cardboard boxes don't make good helmets. I don't think they were birds.
Mr. DeWitt, look.
Well, there's the tram.
That splicer had no problem freezing a path for himself before.
I'm sure he'll be happy to do the same for us.
I have no doubt you'll prove persuasive.
So we basically need a plasmid that lets us freeze water.
DeWitt, look.
Don't like those doors. Ooh. I'm gonna buy some hand cannon ammo because this thing is ridiculously powerful still. Gonna have to keep stealing things if I want to buy any of those. Because the money is pretty limited in this game, as is ammo, so I do have to keep looting in it. Ooh.
How do you stand that? It smells revolting.
Yeah, but it tastes like liquid awesome. If you're wondering about that nosebleed, by the way, in the elevator, that means the Booker we're playing as here isn't from the same dimension as this world we're in.
Good at places any to look for our new friend.
It says it's on the top floor.
So we go up.
That's generally where the top floor is.
Damn thing's locked.
Let me see that. Oh, have matters progressed so little? I could turn this with a rake pick.
It's almost like these big obvious locks were left for you.
Oh, it's something I picked up a long time ago.
Our frozen friend leaves a hell of a trail.
But with this nosebleed and stuff, the Booker we're playing as, he's actually gone through a tear to get here. But I don't know what that means for the story yet.
Come on. Just let me in, okay? Over there. Fontaine, he said we're all equal down here now. All in the same boat. I just want a taste of some high-class food.
Now, I'm thinking that is a very conveniently placed food barrel. Hey there. Ow! She's got a hand cannon as well. But she's on fire. Well, at least the good thing is we now know how to cut down the queue at the bread shop. If any of you have a bread shop, just use explosives. Then you'll get your bread quicker. Ow!
Found anything yet?
Fortunately for that guy, punching him in the face didn't make him any worse looking. That's a rare quality. Not sure what happened to that baby in that pram, but somebody probably ate him. Seems like the place where they would eat babies. Well, this is another convenient sized hole. That's what he said. Did he just say, hold my hand? It's a doll. Oh, this is weird. If you have a man cave that looks like this, there are problems. Even Elizabeth is frozen in terror by this man cave.
Ryan, you bastard. Left me here to rot. Sure, I signed the contract. Helped turn Fontaine into a prison. 10 days, big rush, everything slapdash. Right before the prisoners are brought in. One of your piece of shit turrets. Bam! Both kneecaps. Now I'm likely a cripple locked in a jail, surrounded by maniacs. Haven't even been paid, but I don't care. Just get me out of here.
So that log was from one of the guys who helped set this up as a prison then. And this is probably where a lot of these dead bodies came from. Sounds like there's some guys downstairs. But that means they actually left some people behind. Didn't realise that was whiskey. Oh dear. I think it's probably bad to go for shield, but I'm going to go with Eve just because it's probably the more interesting one.
Nice.
Probably a little bit too drunk to be going into a gunfight, as we're definitely guys down here, but... Oh, they're fixing the Terminator. But now he's my friend. I don't think the Terminator feels ashamed. That's right, attack him with a wooden club. Oh, it actually worked! Aha, you missed. Well, they do a lot of damage. I feel like my shield lasts about a split second in a gunfight.
Who's laughing now?
Probably the guy with the Tommy gun. Good short work of him.
Here,
It's okay, Elizabeth, I've got it. As ever, you were 100% useless in that gunfight. Even though you can knock a guy out by kneeing him straight in the nuts. I actually don't think this is the way I was meant to be going, but... At least I've got some decent stuff out of this. Probably less ammo than I started with. And 1 health infusion. Ooh, chips! That makes it all better. Yep, this was definitely not the right way to go. I saw that, Elizabeth. She's doing a little backflip things when you turn around like she used to do in Bioshock Infinite. I wish there were more bars like this. Oh, friend bullet. Friend bullet. Why is he carrying a lady's shoe? Oh, it worked! Oh, they're sweet. I love those animations. Ooh, got myself a little buddy. I don't know how reliable he is, though. I've got a feeling he's going to turn on me. Did that do any damage? He just knocked his mask off. Should probably kill this guy. There we go. Oh, more people! Look like those guys were testing out my friend bullet theory. It's still under testing. Haven't made any friends with it yet, but I'm hopeful. And that's all you can be. Oh, here we go. This basically gives you an upgrade. A top hat upgrade. Weapon damage increases when aiming down the sights. Not very useful for me, but I have no top hat. And I would feel out of place without one. So I'm just going to wear it for a while. I mean, if you got a Tommy gun, you do need a top hat to complement it. I've found from my time as a gangster. Wow! Did not see that turret. Oh, they heard it. Don't want that turret waking back up and shooting me. Not entirely sure why my gun is glowing red. Maybe that first top hat gives it extra damage? I thought that was only if I aim down the sides. Oh! He nearly saw me! Yay, another top hat. Okay. I'm just going to go with this one. Mainly because I want to see if it affects whether my gun glows or not. And a joxophone.
Of my first play, the herald said, "A dead whale has washed up at the Schubert Theater and stinks a little more with each passing night." The Tribune called my first opera as having the effect of canceling out all of Mozart's classics in a single caterwaul. And now, critics take me to task for my humanitarian work. If I were not there to find a home for these orphans, would these bellyachers take my place? An artist once said...
What's happened to these people? They don't even seem sane.
Nothing beats your first splice. From there, it's all downhill. The frozen frosties, the jockeys who will hand you 1,000 volts as soon as look at you.
You sound sympathetic.
They wouldn't be the first sons of bitches who found an answer at the bottom of a bottle. But once you see them go all weak at the knees at the sight of a little sister and all her atom, they cut a less sympathetic figure.
I have no idea what Santa Cohen was talking about there. First he was talking about whales, and then he was talking about orphan children. And for some reason the dustbins have less in them than they did in Colombia. Less good stuff. There used to be ammo and gold and coins and everything in those things.
Short-circuited. Probably be able to pop it open with
A jolt of shock jockey?
Are you familiar with shock jockey?
More than you could know.
Let's look around. Maybe there's a store ain't been ransacked by splicers yet.
My guess is we've probably got to use that rail to go upstairs, but especially since this is ladies' clothing right here. As expected, the loot was sparse in ladies' clothing, so it looks like this monorail is the way to go up to Jack Frost Village.
Spiff, Rabbit. You spiff, Frankie.
Apparently everybody's spiffed. I don't even know what this means. I can actually afford some of those, but I haven't got many of the good abilities. Yeah. So it looks like it's hand cannon ammo. Oh dear. I'd have bought that. Oh. Ow. Oh no, run out of ammo. Well, I solved that problem pretty well. Clint would have been proud of me. No, what I was just eating there out of these guys' pockets. It was tasty. Some medicine
Looks
as
like
well.
The plasma department is back that way. I'm sure we'd find something useful there.
So it seems I've got shock jockey this way. And frozen jockey? Probably not called that. Through Jack Frost Village. So I think what I'll do is I'll gather the one from here, and then in the next episode I'll go and get the one from the... We'll go into the Jack Frost Village area.
Don't take that.
Boom, headshot. Well, they've drank it all in here. There's just empty bottles of shock jockey everywhere. Did he just say, I'm into tractors, alright?
You bean cap never respected me.
I love the shield sound. I don't know exactly what's getting powered up or where the shield is coming from, but that must be the shock jockey down here. One left, just for me.